Okay, so somebody is saying we should take a look at gold. Somebody also said step index. Okay, so that means only two people are suggesting gold and step index. So first, let's take a look at gold. Then after that, we'll take a look at the step index. If you can see my screen, type one
Yeah,
in the chat box. Okay, okay. All right, great. Okay, great. Somebody is also talking about uh 400. All right. So guys, let's start with gold. Let's have a look at gold. Okay. So XAUUSD. I normally love to use under for my analysis because it has less manipulation with the wicks. All right. So first things first, what I normally do is I have to check structure of the market because I like to trade with structure. Okay. So I'll check structure on weekly, then I'll check structure on daily, and also I'll check structure on H4. Okay. All right. So first of all, let's go to our weekly chart and let's see. Let me clear these drawings. All right. So I want to see everything. I want to see everything that is going on the chart. So to do that, I always squeeze my chart very, very well. Now, as I said earlier, I told you that there are things I'm going to say today. You'll be like, but Prof, when you were teaching us, that wasn't how you said we should look at the market. But yeah, I know. But things are advancing, and I'm also doing more research as the days go by, learning new things from people who are ahead of us. And I am more of a smart money concept trader these days than a technical or pure price action trader. So a lot of my things have changed. Therefore, if you are following this overview and you don't understand something, you guys can just ask the question in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and then you ask your question. Okay. So if you look at this flow, you see that in the long run, gold has really, really been on an uptrend. Okay. All right. I don't want to come and mark all the structure right from here down, but I wanted to see the overall this thing, the overall movement on gold. So basically, gold has been what has this was our previous major high that was taken out. Okay, so this was our major high that was taken out on weekly time frame. Now after that, we have created a swipe at the top here, which confirmed this high and then also confirmed this as the low. Okay, so as it stands now, we are trading. We have traded from year to year, and anything that happened between these 2 points here, this point, anything that happened between this point to this point here is internal range. Okay, whatsoever trading happened over here, all it was what all this movement up down till we broke above this area. Okay, it was an internal range. Okay, so until we broke above the high here or the low here, we cannot what we cannot say we are moving to another structural um range. Okay, so now that we've broken this high here, it means we've created a new structural high. Okay, but we are yet to confirm that high, though it has been created, or we can say it has been formed, but this is an unconfirmed high. Let me delete these things. All right, so though this guy has been formed, this guy has not yet been taken. So as you can see, this has become an equal high. So price action or retail traders are already looking at that point as a selling point in the market. Okay, they are looking at that point as a selling point in the market. But smart money concept guys are actually waiting patiently for market to perform one or two to give them one or two details. Okay, right now, despite we have taken out this previous high, which was an external liquidity, and this guy also, because we have broken this last what high, okay, that confirmed this low. But because price didn't break further down, it didn't give us a further confirmation to the lower side of the market to show that we are further going to what to continue to range between this previous low here. So this was a high here, because that high was taken out over here, which confirmed this area for us as the low. Okay, so we were still trading between this low and this high, and so this high took out the last low here, which confirmed this low, and now we are waiting for price to have taken out this guy so that you might have what we call a change of character. But price didn't do that. Rather, price took out the high, confirming now this low. Please, if you are a little bit confused with what I'm saying, you can let me know in the chat, or you can ask for explanation. Otherwise, you can rewatch this video also to maybe get yourself more understanding. Later on, I'll be having lessons that I've started recording them, but I've not started releasing them on the channel on each of these topics, okay, into detail. Now, we are now waiting for price. Okay, let me zoom this out now. We are now waiting for price to what? To break out this historical area that both retail traders, pattern traders, support and resistance traders, breakout traders are all hot, waiting for to either continue with what a buy stop or begin to sell. In fact, some people are already hot selling this market. But as long as the market has not broken below this, we have not changed direction yet into the we have not changed character yet to begin a downtrend. Now we are waiting to confirm whether this area is the low. Okay, otherwise we will wait. Price could have come back and even broken this area to form another low before going up, so we could still have something like this occurring in the market. Okay, so we could still have something like this, take out that low, something like this, then you have something like this. Okay, now when that happens, once this high is taken out, we could confirm this low after breaking out this historical level. That is the only time this low now be confirmed. But if it doesn't break it out, it means neither of this. So if we call this a low, once this guy is taken, but then a low is created here before the historical area here is taken out, that means we have to move our low to what? To this session. So that is the right way to actually what mark structure. But if you watch in my previous or when I began trading and when I began to mentor with my previous knowledge, we could have marked areas here as we could have marked areas here as what structure, could have marked areas here as pullbacks and what structure as we move along in the trend. So you have to take note. So here retail traders are looking at this area as a what? As a range, an area where gold is what? Is ranging. But we are looking at this entire range from this point to this point as a range. Okay, so this is a single leg impulse. Okay, we are looking at it as a single impulse leg. Okay, this whole thing here, from here to what, to here, is one impulsive what, impulsive leg. Whatsoever that was happening here was just minor structure and minor movement forming, okay, in between this previous range, in between this previous range here that was created. All this here were what, internal structure that was forming until we took out this high. All right, so what I can say on gold for this week is we will still see some amount of we will still see uh the range continuing on the weekly chart. But when we go down to daily time frame and H4, whatsoever information we get there can determine a change in conditions that can lead to gold maybe breaking out or coming further down before going up. So though someone would say here is a low that has been created, yes, you can put it as a low, but it is an unconfirmed low because we have not taken out any structure. There is no break of structure here. We are just looking at the historical what, point of interest over here. Retail traders will call it resistance. Everybody and how they call it, smart money concept people will be looking at that area as point of what, liquidity, equal high. So points of what, liquidity. So that's one thing you have to what, pay attention to in this case. All right. Now let's go down. So on the weekly, we are still waiting for price to take out this high. Let's look at the daily time frame. The daily time frame. So with respect to our daily time frame, we have still not broken above this high. So that's why we had created this low, created this high. We've still not broken above the previous high to get us a new high. So price is still in the balance there. But we've created a new low here. So this was what I was trying to say. So if maybe let's say previously you were considering this area here as your low, okay, after this high here, equal high, next equal high was created, it means that now you have to shift your low from here, okay, to this place. Since we didn't what, break above this guy, so it means this whole thing here is a one leg movement, and therefore we are going to what, have this as our new what, low, which if still this area is not broken and price comes below this guy before going up to break that area, then it's going to be that we are going to still move our low further down to wherever, sorry, we are going to what, move the low further down to wherever that market what will take it. But it is my expectation from the previous histories on weekly and the previous histories on daily time frame that the possibility of us going high is very, very high. Okay, so I will expect price to have some movement to around maybe this area, or even break swipe sweep liquidity over here, maybe something like this. Then we could see a break above this area. Okay, that could take about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. All right, but for what could happen this week, let's go to H4, because over here price action guys will still be looking at trend line. Okay, those trading price action will still be looking at trend line. And I'm not saying their way of trading is not correct. No, that's not what I'm saying. If you understand how to trade using those methods, yeah, you'll still be profitable. All right, no doubt about that. Okay, that's why I'll not say, if I tell you that you'll not be profitable using those methods, I'm lying. All right, so you could still be profitable using those methods. But The concept here is sometimes if you are not able to identify the liquidity in the market, you become part of the liquidity, okay, where you will be risking higher than you should be what you should be risking. Okay, so always try to trade with the institutions. You try to understand how the market plays out, and then you trade with the what with the institution. All right. So with that in mind, a lot of people when market open today are going to be looking to long if price touches this um trend line. Some will also be looking to pick their trades from this point because this took out the low of the basing candle here. So there will be people who will be expecting the weekly low around here and then price shooting up, because as you can see already we've taken out a lot of liquidity below here. Okay, these are sets of what liquidity already taken out. Liquidity wipe above, took this pivot liquidity as well, and then took out this equal lows, equal highs. So buy side liquidity, sell side liquidity, all taken out. Therefore, price possibility going to take out this trend line liquidity into this area over here. Okay, now remember we have series of what imbalances taking place here, so price could still further push below over here. And this is gold. Gold moves crazily, so when trading it, you have to be very extra cautious. So if I'll be trading this, I'll be looking at these two zones and picking a buy, because on the minor structure we are still on an uptrend. Okay, all right. So let's look at our H4. That will be the last time frame I will have an overlook on. So based on that knowledge, you can use it in the other time frames. I'm not teaching, I'm just having an overview of the market. So I'm not explaining a lot of things into detail like that. But in the videos that are released, the individual videos that are released on each of the topics, I will speak into details, more into details about each of the things I'm talking about. All right, so here the trend line is still playing out, which is a form of liquidity. We've taken out this liquidity. The inducement here has already been taken out into that zone. Still, the historical zone is still holding, is still playing out perfectly well on even H4. Okay, so let's look at few things here. Looking at H4, I will be still looking for price to push further down because we have already taken out this amount of liquidity here. So I'll still be expecting price to I'll still be expecting price after taking out this amount of liquidity. It's performing a little bit of retracement from this point because this imbalance has already been filled up. But then this point all that we have here is a level of what liquidity waiting to be taken out. So I'm still maintaining that we could still see some amount of fall on gold before we go up. But with the current movement, I won't be surprised to see gold move maybe to the flip over here. All right, the probability of gold moving into this flip, okay, before we seeing any down movement and then back up is what is high. So that is on H4. Now, based on this idea, you can use H1 to further break down the structure. But as I said, looking at H4, I'm expecting either gold move into the flip because of the imbalance left over here. I would have gone for this zone, but then the imbalance here has already been filled. Okay, and there is no proper imbalance left behind above this area. That is why I'm just ending on the flip over here. Okay, this has been flipped to what, to the upside. So I'll be expecting price to have that kind of movement, and then I'll be targeting a buy from somewhere here, either here or here after this. Okay, so these are the things I'll be looking at. The week is long, so things can change rapidly within the week. Things can change quickly within the week. So that is it. Any question on gold before I move on? Any question on gold before I move on? If you have any question on gold, you can either drop it in the chat or you can. All right. Okay. So if there is no question on it, then I'll go to the next this thing.